The whole play was by Paul Pierce's back pick. I mean, he was terrific. He set a nice back pick. They got a little mixed up. And then Jeff had to make a tough shot. You know, they doubled Kevin, so the pass was a little bit off mark, and Jeff had to adjust. But great when you went on execution. I told our players, you know, I had drew up another play, and Armand Hill walked over, and he rarely does it. And he says, hey, listen, the play you drew up in the first half works. Let's run it again. So I switched to the play that he wanted me to run, and it was great. It worked out perfect.
Funny, the shots that he missed last night were some of the most impressive things he did. You know, that little junior hook, he looked like Magic Johnson going in the lane there. It didn't go down, but what a great take, what a great shot, what a great idea. And, you know, he's obviously playing with a lot of confidence right now. And he was plus 10 on the night in that game. And, you know, again, on the floor when they made that huge comeback, making plays, playing hard. The rebounds, we always harp on the rebounds. He had 7 rebounds last night. The only one that had more was KG, I think. Oh, maybe Pierce did. Pierce had a lot of rebounds last night, too. But, you know, that game last night, that's exactly what you want from Jeff Green. And you can see comfort level. You're right. He's getting more and more comfortable. And, again, I know people get tired of hearing it, but this guy's coming off major heart surgery. And there's something to the mental ability to get over that hump. And I think you're seeing it with Wilcox, too, by the way.
I'm flattered, to be honest. You know, when they told me that I passed Wes Unseld on the rebounding, I was at a loss for words. Anything to generate any type of motivation. I guess at times to generate a distraction. You know, when you guys are telling me that I'm surpassing these people that I use for these different reasons, it's another form of feeling. It's another form of emotion. So I don't know. I know someday I'll probably sit back and actually think about it, and it'll probably mean something. But the one word I just keep thinking about, I'm just flattered.
Oh, it's KG, no doubt.
Why KG?
The zone he get in before the game. I mean, from where he goes to, you know, from probably just from talking to you when it's like breakfast meeting to his zone before the game is crazy. It's like you don't talk to him, you know not to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you just gotta see it. It's amazing.
Today we just try to act like they were New York, but obviously we're going to be prepared. Doc is one of the best coaches in this league. He's going to prepare us and make sure we're on top of our game when the time comes to start game 1.
Hibbert, West, George, and Stevenson, 4 on the floor. George Hill will trigger the side out of bounds. 0.5 of a second remaining. Ball's in the hands of George Hill. Wilcox will guard the inbound. George Hill lobs it in and is picked off by Paul Pierce, and the Celtics have done the impossible.
They were looking for the lob, the alley-oop, but Paul Pierce defended it really well. When you don't do something for your team like scoring, you gotta do something else on the defensive end.
The Celtics come into Indiana and score the final 11 points to steal one from the Pacers. 83-81 is the final.
We're talking about the second best team in the Eastern Conference on their home court in a back-to-back situation. This team is just showing tremendous heart, tremendous resiliency. And the way we won, we just stuck with it. We were down pretty much the whole game and just finally got the lead, and Jeff with a sensational layup. Great execution down the stretch.
It becomes a mental war. It really does. You have to have great focus. You're going to get taken out of your stuff. You got to be mentally tough enough to still execute. You know, when they're calling the plays, we can tell them where they should go. Same way the other way. I love the playoffs. I love the NBA format.
Well, Mike,
you don't replace Rajon Rondo. I mean, he was the starter on the Eastern Conference All-Star team. You know, he is a guy that has been able to neutralize the Chris Pauls and the Darren Williams and, you know, and the stars that we play against. Rondo, I've been telling you this from the time Rondo got hurt, when everyone was saying our team was playing just as good without him, if not better without Rondo. Rondo has been the most valuable player in at least a few, but maybe even more than a few, maybe a handful of playoff series over the last few years, with some of the best players in the world in those playoff series. He has been the most valuable player in series against Chicago, against Cleveland, against, you know, Orlando. I mean, he has had spectacular playoff series, legendary. Last year against Miami, he was by far the one that gave us an opportunity to beat Miami and put us ahead 3-2 in that playoff series. So I think it goes without saying that we're going to miss Rondo. But I don't know nobody's going to replace Rondo. We just have to find a different way to win. I mean, all of the numbers suggest they play well together. So I don't understand why people would say that they don't. I mean, Jeff and KG are terrific players. So much of it is matchups. You know, I hear a lot of people saying, you know, Jeff Green can only play when KG's not playing, or he has certain matchups. But, you know, so much of it is, it's a difficult thing to fit in. Is it better to have Jeff start? Now he's starting basically as a two-guard in some cases. Now the KG's come back, and, you know, that's my biggest concern going into the playoffs, is just we haven't been healthy all year, and playing this lineup, which I think is a good lineup, and I think it's a lineup that Doc has wanted to play more throughout the course of the whole year, with Jeff and Paul both on the wing with KG. But now it takes a little bit from our bench, and Jeff was able to come in and give us a spark and off the bench and try to find a matchup where he could really exploit. So it's a different way of playing, and I think it's probably the right thing for Doc to do. But, you know, can we mesh in, you know, just this last week and in the practice time coming up to the playoffs will be the question.
I actually think he's playing really good defense, and I don't know. Those are the ones that I didn't like. And he just, you know, he had one of those games where you pick up 2 fouls, you take them out, you come on the floor, and you bump into your 3rd foul. He starts this 3rd quarter. I thought Darren pushed him down, and then all of a sudden their feet get tangled, and you get your 4th foul. Those games happen. You know, it had to be unbelievably frustrating for him. It was really frustrating for our team as well, because we needed him. There's no coincidence that right when Avery went out the floor, Darren Williams got ultra aggressive.
I mean, he's a guy who can score at will, a guy who can play multiple positions, and you know, he's just one of the top players in this league. I mean, he presents a lot of problems, but I mean, not one guy can defend them all game. We got to do it as a team. Effort, playing tough. I mean, obviously they do have, you know, Jason, Kidd, Keon's been in the trenches, you know, Marcus Camby. But, I mean, we still have guys who know how to play the game. I mean, at the end of the day, it's 5-on-5, best team win. We just got to make sure we bring the effort.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that was the right thing to do, you know, boost somebody like that. At the end of the day, we all know what happened in Boston. Our prayers and things like that goes out to the families in the city of Boston. In a situation like today, we all won. You know, it's all about the U.S. It's our country, and it's sad that we got to go through, unfortunately, tragedies like that. So I don't think whoever booed him shouldn't have booed him. Not in a situation like that.
Jeff personally, you know, we're all a family, but he's like a brother to me, and to see everything that he's been through and be able to, you know, overcome everything and to have the season that he's had this year is just amazing.